Welcome to the Thinkit Media podcast. I am your host, and today we will be diving into design systems and SEO, 5 technical steps to make component libraries search-friendly. We'll show practical moves you can ship in a sprint that protect index coverage and improve conversions without tearing up your UI library.
Hook. Why design systems can secretly hurt SEO. Imagine a marketing landing built from reusable components, where key headlines and CTAs are rendered only after client-side JavaScript runs. Search engines might not see that content consistently, or multiple template variants create dozens of near-duplicate URLs. The result? Pages that should rank don't, and lost leads. Today, we promise 5 concrete technical fixes to stop that from happening.
Episode promise. We'll walk through semantic component contracts and naming, rendering strategies like SSR and pre-rendering, accessible patterns that actually help crawlers, canonicalization inside templates, and performance-focused bundling. By the end, you'll have checks, quick wins, and measurable signals to watch, impression growth, index coverage, and core web vitals improvements. Let's dive in. Section 1. Semantic component contracts and rendering strategies. First, semantic component contracts. Design systems need clear rules for what content lives in a component's DOM, not just what props it accepts. Name slots so authors know where the H1 or product description must go, and make sure the component outputs meaningful HTML, headings, paragraphs, lists, rather than burying text inside data attributes or ARIA labels alone. A quick check. View source or inspect the rendered HTML and confirm the text is present as normal content, not only added by post-hydration JavaScript. This reduces the risk of content being invisible to crawlers and helps structure data attached to real DOM nodes.
To build on that, define component acceptance criteria in your design system docs. For example, a card component must include a semantic heading tag, an actual descriptive paragraph node, and a link element for CTAs. Make those rules part of your code review checklist. If you keep naming consistent, title, body, CTA, SEOs and marketers can rely on predictable markup across variants. That's great for automation and scraping too.
Still in Section 1, rendering strategies. For component-driven sites, SSR or pre-rendering is often the fastest way to guarantee indexability. If full SSR is heavy, use hybrid approaches. Statically generate high-value routes. Use incremental static regeneration, ISR, for frequently updated content, and selectively server render components that contain vital copy. Another low-risk approach is pre-rendering critical landing pages while hydrating the rest. That keeps developer velocity, but gives crawlers the content they need. Use sitemaps and server logs to prioritize which pages to pre-render first.
Practical tip. Add a fallback static render for critical components, so when JavaScript is slow, the HTML still contains the main copy. An instrument with simple tests, automated checks that fetch pages with a headless client, and assert that key selectors contain text. You can ship that in a single sprint and avoid nasty regressions.
Section 2. Accessibility that helps SEO and template-level canonicalization. First, accessible patterns that aid crawlability. Use ARIA where it enhances experience, but don't use ARIA attributes as a substitute for real content. Screen reader affordances are great, but search engines still rely on visible DOM for ranking signals. Make important content focusable and ensure it isn't hidden behind user interaction that prevents crawlers from seeing it. For example, if you use tabs, prefer server-rendered tab content, or ensure the default tab contains the canonical header and description.
Accessibility audits double as SEO audits. Run Axe or Lighthouse, but also run a crawler that renders JavaScript and confirm key fields are discoverable. Add visual regression tests and A1Y checks in CI to prevent accidental changes that hide content. Most definitely, integrate these checks into your PR flow so designers and engineers catch issues early.
Now, canonicalization and template-level index controls. Reusable templates can create duplicate pages when components vary only slightly. Build canonical rules into your template layer. Set canonical tags dynamically based on the canonical content source. Include no index for preview or low-value template combinations, and normalize query parameters server-side where possible. Treat canonical logic as part of the component contract. When a component can produce alternative content bundles, provide a clear canonical decision and surface it in your template metadata.
A practical implementation. Centralize meta tag generation in one service or layout component so you avoid conflicting canonical tags from nested components. Add automated tests that crawl a sample of combinatorial pages and look for duplicate titles or missing canonical tags. This prevents index bloat and protects your crawl budget. Definitely low risk and high impact.
Section 3. Performance for SEO with component bundling. Then a recap and how Thinkit Media helps. Performance and bundling are the final technical levers. Code splitting by route and critical component, extracting critical CSS into inline styles for first render, and deferring non-essential JavaScript. For component libraries, provide clear guidelines on when a component is shipped in the main bundle versus lazy loaded. Measure the impact with core web vitals, but also track indexing signals. Did TTFB or LCP improvements correlate with increased impressions or pages indexed?
Tools and metrics, Lighthouse, web page test, and real user monitoring tell you performance health. Pair that with Search Console, index coverage, and organic impressions to prioritize components that block ranking. Start with the top 20 landing templates that drive organic traffic. Inline critical CSS there, lazy load heavy widgets elsewhere, and watch for quick wins in LCP and crawl budget. 100% worth the effort when leads go up and bounce goes down.
Recap and how Thinkit Media helps. Summarize the 5 moves: semantic contracts, hybrid rendering, accessibility as SEO, canonical/template controls, and performance bundling. Then prioritize them using a simple score: impact, effort, and risk. Thinkit Media offers a prioritization framework, implementation playbooks that include acceptance tests and CI checks, and hands-on engineering sprints to ship these changes. We also provide measurement plans so you can prove improved index coverage and lead quality.
Quick action items before we close. 1. Run a headless render of your top landing pages and confirm core copy is present in the HTML. 2. Add semantic requirements to the design system docs for your top 10 components. 3. Prioritize SSR or pre-render for high-intent pages and measure index coverage weekly. Ship those 3 in a sprint and you'll see measurable gains. Let's talk about this.
If this episode helped you, subscribe to the Thinkit Media podcast for more actionable design and SEO workflows. If you'd like a playbook or an audit for your design system, reach out to Thinkit Media. We run discovery sprints that identify the highest leverage component changes and ship them with tests. Most definitely, subscribe and keep learning with us.
We appreciate you listening and hope to have you back for our next episode. Thanks for joining us on Thinkit Media. Let's talk about this. Goodbye for now.